Hey, welcome back, guys. In this module, it is my pleasure to introduce another friend of mine, Kenda MacDonald from the Automation Ninjas agency out of the UK. Kenda is an experienced and well-respected marketing automation consultant. Her agency, the Automation Ninjas, has served hundreds, probably thousands of small businesses and has seen plenty of success stories as well as plenty of examples where things didn't go necessarily as they planned. So in this module, I asked Kenda to share her top lesson or lessons for small businesses who are at square one with marketing automation. Things that you should know or that maybe she wishes they would know when they're just encountering the concept of marketing automation and designing a plan for where it will fit in their business. So let's take a look.
Starting out with your marketing automation is to keep it simple. And what I mean by that is by keeping it simple, it means don't go crazy. Don't get excited and create massive campaigns. It's very hard to avoid the temptation to go in guns blazing and just make everything awesome straight away. Rather, sit down and get yourself a solid, concrete plan as to what you're going to do to add value both to your business and to your customers. That's the most important thing you can do with your marketing automation. If you are adding value by making an impact on your customers and you are adding value to your own business through that automation, you're going to be winning and you're going to be doing better than 90% of all the other businesses out there that are implementing it. The biggest mistake I see businesses make is to overcomplicate their campaigns. They make them heavy, they make them cumbersome, and they don't focus on relentlessly adding value. So my biggest piece of advice is to keep it simple for as long as possible. The second biggest piece of advice I can give to you, slightly smaller than this one, but still a massive piece of advice, is to sit down and have a really, really clear plan as to what you're trying to achieve. So I always advocate customer journeys. That's kind of my thing. But sitting down with the lifecycle marketing framework and going, okay, how am I going to attract my customers in? How am I going to engage them and build relationships? How am I going to sell to them in the best way possible? And what will I do to deliver and wow and then bring them back into the cycle to consume more? If you can have a really robust plan behind your strategy, you'll start to build campaigns that are meaningful. And not just a whole bunch of gumph, which is easy to do with marketing automation. It's easy to automate stuff that doesn't actually need automating. So keep it simple and have a really robust plan that you're following that will keep your strategy aligned, and it will make sure that you're always working on the things that are adding value, and that's what gets you the conversion rates and the longevity that you need in your business. Have a rad time with your marketing automation. It's one of my favorite things in the world, and I hope that you develop some awesome passion for it too.
Okay, guys, so as you heard Kenda say, and you have probably heard some of the other speakers echo as well, start small. Start with relatively small plans and use cases and automate those micro moments rather than trying to start with these ambitious, comprehensive campaigns that span the entire customer journey. You might want to end up there. That's fine to have these grandiose plans, but in order to get there, you have to start small and build along the way. I say that because when you focus on these smaller plans, there is fewer opportunities for them to go off the rails. Where if you have this longer runway before you start seeing results or before you start launching something, the longer that runway is, the more opportunity there is for something, an unforeseen obstacle to pop up or for your budget to be depleted prematurely. So keep the scope of your projects relatively small at first, prove the concept over and over, and let yourself build momentum with small milestones that you can celebrate along the way. So before I wrap this module up, I want to give a shout out to Kenda's book, Hack the Buyer Brain. I am a big fan of lifecycle marketing, as you probably have heard me say, and this book is a in-depth dive into lifecycle marketing with a psychology lens, because Kenda, if you haven't heard, has a background in forensic psychology, so she approaches this from a really interesting physiological and biological perspective and unpacks a lot of the factors that go into how we as humans and consumers consumers make decisions. So I love the way she ties, both real-world marketing theory through to the science behind how it all works and why it ties together. And then she adds the layer of technology for how you can actually take those strategies and implement them in real life. So check out Hack the Buyer Brain if you want more on that. That's it for this module, guys. I will see you in the next video.